This flow aims to stimulate Pitta Dosha, the harmonious union of fire and water. We'll be creating a little of the first, so make sure you have plenty of the second nearby. Some useful props might be a block, a strap, a small towel, and a blanket. I'll try and let you know where you can best use these during the flow. Hi guys, here is your autumn fire warming stretch flow. Some suggested viewing before you get started might be our breathwork video, the Ujjayi breath, which we will be using to start off our flow. I really hope you enjoy this, and remember, just flow to your level, have fun, and be punk. So let's begin our flow seated in Sukhasana or easy pose, legs crossed, spine long, chin a little tucked, perhaps seated on a brick or a folded blanket if that makes things a little more comfortable. And let's focus in on our breath. Let's start just by noticing our natural breath, how it feels coming in and out. Let's start to lengthen each inhale and exhale. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Just a few more breaths, counting, focusing, equalizing. Now, if you like, you can start moving into Ujjayi breath or victorious breath, placing the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth and starting to feel that breath warming each time it comes in, each time it goes out, warmed by that vibration there in the back of the throat. If this feels a little weird or uncomfortable, just keep going with the natural breath. You can cover those ears during Ujjayi breath to hear that vibration like water in a seashell. Let's keep that breath going through our flow if we can, or just continuing with that measured breath in and out through the nose. So let's get into our spinal warm-up. So let's lengthen the spine again, placing the hands on the knees, ready for cat-cow. A nice inhale to fill the body, to really lengthen the spine, then exhale, arching the back into cat. Inhale into cow, pressing the chest forward. Exhale, arch the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, press forward with the heart. Exhale for a third time. Inhale for a final time. Coming back to a more neutral position. And let's get a bit of a twist going. An inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to twist. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Keeping the spine long all the way through, twisting from the waist. Warming up with some spinal rotation. Inhaling back to the middle, and let's get some lateral flexion or side bending going. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold over to the side. Inhale to center, exhale to bend. Inhale, lengthen through the side of the body. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. And then coming back to the other side. And inhale to center. And coming in to our integration. Rolling over the shins and into tabletop pose. Your blanket or towel under your heels of your hands and under your knees can help with the comfort here. We're here just for a moment. Stabilize a kind of kneeling mountain pose. Then tuck the toes and pressing back into downward facing dog. For the first time around, you might need a longer stance, trying to keep that lower back neutral, no arching through the spine. A little bend to the knees is okay, and even we can pedal those heels, warming up the feet, the calves, the hamstrings, stretching through the back and shoulders. Let's become still in down dog. Really feel that stretch through the back of the legs, through the back of the body. Take an inhale to look forward, an exhale to bend the knees. Let's step the feet to the hands, and then grabbing opposite elbows for ragdoll pose. So let's really deepen that stretch on the hamstrings, maybe getting a little bit of twisting and movement into the lower back, using the weight of the head and shoulders to lengthen the entire back of the body. We'll take another breath or two here, filling the rib cage, really stretching and opening, then dropping the hands and inhaling into extended mountain pose and bringing hands to heart center. Let's get ready for our sun salutations. So resetting our feet, and then inhale and exhale forward fold. Inhale into a strong plank. Exhale chaturanga. Inhale curling up into cobra or up dog, and exhaling into down dog. Let's take a little time here, maybe 3 breaths. We'll speed it up as we go through. We've got 3 rounds. Inhaling and exhaling feet to hands. Inhaling extended mountain pose, and let's run it on through. Exhale fold. Inhale plank. Exhale to the mat. Inhale back bend. Exhale into down dog. Let's just stay here for 2 breaths now. Looking forward on an inhale, exhaling feet to hands. 3rd round coming up. Inhale extended mountain. Exhale forward fold. Inhale nice strong plank. Exhale chaturanga. Inhale getting those shoulder blades down the back. Exhale down dog. Just the 1 breath here. Let's build a bit more heat. Inhaling and exhaling hands to feet. Inhale to extended mountain. Hands to heart center to catch your breath and reset your feet. For sun salutations B, adding a little bit of heat to the legs, a little bit of twist. Inhale extended mountain. Exhale forward fold. Inhaling plank. Exhaling chaturanga. Inhale, let's push to upward dog a bit deeper in the back bend. Exhale down dog. Let's get straight into this sequence here. Inhale 3-legged dog on the right. Exhale step through to a lunge. Drop that back knee, and with a bit of support, lifting and dropping. Extending exhale, inhale to the ground. Exhale, inhale, burning those legs up. Hands to mat and opening into a twisted lunge. Reaching tall, opening the chest, looking up, stretching through the neck, the shoulders. Hand to mat, exhale. Lift that back knee, inhale, exhale, inhale to plank. And running through for the left, just one round today. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath to prepare. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through to plank, lunge. Knee down. This time we'll try extended lift and drop. And drop. Exhale, inhale, hands to mat, exhale. Inhaling to open the body up in that twist, long line from hand to hand, length through the spine, reaching forward with the spine. Exhale to the mat with that hand, an inhale and an exhale, and then stepping back on the inhale to plank. Let's run through to the end. An inhale, upward dog. Exhale to down dog. An inhale to prep. Exhale, hands. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now let's take a moment to reset those feet in mountain pose again for our balance sequence, burning the quads, the glutes and hamstrings, coming into a little squat and stepping back for warrior three. Let's take this slow, reaching as we hinge at that hip, going for horizontal if we can, using the gaze just ahead of you on the mat, and then bringing yourself back down, preparing for eagle pose. So lifting and crossing with the right arm goes under to twist into that lovely shoulder opener. Tuck that foot behind, lifting the arms and pressing away with the elbows to open those shoulders. Getting a little stretch into the lower back and the outer glutes. Step down and hands to heart center. Prepare for the left hand side. We take a little inhale, then exhale to squat and begin to extend arms and legs, hinging at the hip into warrior three. Your gaze can be very important here. Focus on that one spot and then coming straight through this time, crossing left over the top, left arm goes under, and then pressing away and up with the arms, eagle left hand side. Hold for another breath or two here. Feel the stretch in the shoulders and the glute. Then back to mountain pose. And take a few breaths. Getting ourselves prepared for some posterior chain or rear body stretches. Stepping wide for wide leg forward fold. Turn the heels out a little. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Bringing the hands behind the back to add a little chest stretch here. Take this gently. Allow the knees to bend a little. Bending the elbows and bringing hands to mat. Step feet together and into extended mountain pose. Let's flow through to staff. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back into plank. Exhaling to the mat and inhaling shoulders down the back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend at the knees, inhale. Exhale to step into Sukhasana and then extend the legs out into staff pose. Sitting the hips back. Legs lengthened. Toes flexed, eyes down on those toes. a seated version of mountain pose, using the hands to give you some traction. Inhaling to extend and exhaling to a seated forward fold. Get as much length as you can through the spine before folding on each inhale, then exhale, maybe coming a little deeper. Coming back up on an inhale, exhaling to reset in staff, and let's reverse that with our reverse plank or Eastern stretch. Hands are hand length away from the hips, and then a big exhale to press the hips up, burning the glutes here, using those glutes to press higher with each breath. Having the head tilted back is an option. Coming back to staff pose and resetting again. And for a little inner thigh stretch, into bound angle. Soles of the feet together. Keep it as comfortable as possible. And then a fold on your exhale. You can take it easy here or press the knees down with the elbows, even reaching right forward to bring that stretch deep into the inner thighs. We'll bring the hands back to the feet, inhaling to lift the head, exhale coming to full seated. Bring the knees together, come back into staff, and then prepare for our head to knee sequence. Set yourself in that staff pose for that neutral lower spine. Then we'll begin by bringing the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhaling and folding for head to knee pose. Just taking 3 breaths in each pose to lengthen the spine a little more each time. An inhale to lengthen, exhale to come up. Hands to heart center, and let's get our twist on. An inhale to lengthen the spine, exhale to twist. Inhale to center, exhale twisting towards that bent knee. Inhale to center, exhale twist and hold. Bringing opposite hand to knee and then coming over with an exhale into our side bend. Rest the hand near the ear if you wish, or you can start to reach with those arms. Just lengthening through the side. Let's bring some heat now with Stargazer. Swinging up and over, swinging back into head to knee. Up and over, pressing through the knee and the heel and back to the floor. Last time, inhaling up, folding, feel more length in that hamstring perhaps. Then back to staff pose and switch sides. So again, bringing that foot to press to the thigh, keeping that toe of the other foot pointing to the sky. Inhale, exhale, fold. Head to knee or Janu Shirsasana. An inhale to lengthen the spine. An exhale maybe to fold a little deeper. Inhaling to come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a big breath in to lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. 2 more. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist. Keeping that spine nice and long. Our final twist and hold. Opposite hand goes to knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to bend. Just take it as deep as you can comfortably. Just feeling that length through the side body and into our Stargazer, building the heat back up. We exhale to get a bit more of a fold. Inhale, place that hand and bridge with those hips. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Coming on up and resetting again in staff pose. Coming back to easy pose and rolling over into that tabletop. Shoulders over hands, hips over knees. And stepping out into plank for a vinyasa to down dog. Inhale, back bend, hips down, chest up. Exhale, downward facing dog. And into our hip stretches, starting with lizard pose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping the foot to the outside of the hand. Untuck that toe. And if you feel comfortable starting to come down towards the floor, using your block here can be really helpful. Can just take it down by inches. Just sink into those hips. We'll stay a little longer for these poses. Taking those big breaths in and exhaling to sink, starting to come up. Take a whole breath, tuck the toe, and stepping back into plank. Repeating for the left-hand side. After a little vinyasa, just to wake that back up again. Inhale, three-legged dog on the left and stepping the hand, foot outside the hand on the exhale. Take as many breaths as you need to come down to the mat. If you wish, you can allow that bent knee to move away from the shoulder. Make a little space in the hips. Really feel the length through the hip flexor or the front of that back thigh too. And inhaling and exhaling to climb back up. Inhale back to plank. Let's flow through and bring ourselves to a kneeling or thunderbolt pose. Sitting back on the heels, feet and knees fairly close together, getting some length in that spine and preparing for camel pose. Intense stretch of the quads and hip flexors, deep back bend. Take this one easy, guys. So bringing ourselves to a kneeling mountain pose. Knees under hips. Let's bring the hands to heart center. Big breath in. Exhale, hands come to the top of the glutes, just in the lower back. We exhale to begin the back bend. Just take it nice and slowly. If you're comfortable, you can release the hands to the heels, but keep pressing those hips forward, keeping those thighs as upright as possible. Just one more big breath here, bringing the hands back to the lower back, and then bring yourself back into a nice reversal of that back bend with a few breaths in child pose. Focusing on pressing the hips back and rounding the lower spine. Coming back to thunderbolt pose and inhaling out to plank, flowing through to our next hip stretch. Exhaling to downward dog, and we'll be coming into pigeon. Right hand side first, inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, bringing the shin to lay down across the mat and lengthening the back leg nice and long. A brick under the hip of the bent leg can help if you feel a little bit like you're balancing in midair. We'll take a big inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold, an intense stretch of the piriformis muscle and the glute in general. We'll take a breath or two here, release into the fold, and then starting to walk up, inhale, really lifting through the spine. And if you're ready, intense quad stretch. You can use your strap here or just continue on in pigeon. Just take a few breaths and then release that leg. Tuck the toe. Take a couple of breaths to prepare, and then inhaling into plank to repeat for the left. Vinyasa through to downward facing dog. Exhale to press back. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, pigeon, left hand side. Keeping that knee turned under on that back leg to really get the hip flexor stretch, and then exhaling, folding to accentuate the glute stretch on the front leg. Just taking a few breaths here to release into the fold. Let that glute release. Then coming upright, and again with your quad stretch. To get a little lift, you can place that other hand on the bent knee. One more big breath here, and then exhale to release. Tucking the toe, one breath to prepare, and then inhale to plank, and back again into child pose. Just reversing that back bend and that intense quad stretch. A couple of breaths to release into your child pose. And then vinyasa through to staff again. Into plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Bending the knees. Stepping through first to easy pose and then setting yourself into staff for our finishing poses. A little focus on the lower back. A few breaths here. Let's bring the heart rate down a little. And then bringing one foot over to the outside of the thigh, the leg extended and the arm matching. Taking a twist, you can intensify the glute stretch of that bent leg by pressing away with the elbow, keeping the spine as long as possible and breathing deeply to accentuate that lower back stretch. Our seated twist should really help to release the lower back and glute muscles that we've been using so much. Come back to center, extend the leg, reset your staff, and repeat for the other side. Bringing that elbow to the outside of the knee will accentuate that stretch. Trying to keep the spine long. Pressing away with that supporting hand to really keep that spine upright and lengthened. A couple more breaths here. Enjoy the stretch. Coming back to center. And let's bring ourselves a little closer to the front of the mat. It's time to roll on down and get that lower back and glute area stretched in a little bit of a different way using Happy Baby. Pulling the knees to the chest and then bringing the hands either to the inside or the outside of the feet for a little bit more traction. Pulling down, trying to flatten the lower back to the mat. Here we're trying to extend the lower part of the spine just a little and to really pull those knees down towards the armpits. Let's bring the knees back to the chest and then exhale into a long stretch. You can really use some movement of the feet, the hands, a little arching of the back to lengthen the entire body. We'll take another deep breath here. Fill your whole body with that breath and then exhale into Shavasana. Bringing the hands, palms up, out to the side of the body. Letting the legs come wide, the feet roll out. Maybe wiggling the shoulder blades under. Let's take a minute or two here to really acknowledge what we've done with our bodies and minds. We also want to bring that heart rate back down. Place the left hand over the heart. Feel that heartbeat slow. Right hand placed just above the belly button. This is your solar plexus chakra center. Pitta Dosha is associated with the solar plexus chakra. The yellow glow of the sun is the imagery that comes along with this chakra. If you want, you can visualize a glowing yellow sun there under that right hand. Feel the warmth. Feel the warmth that you've generated with your practice. The warmth that comes from stimulating that Pitta Dosha, from unlocking that solar plexus chakra, and feel it radiate through the belly, up through the chest, down through the hips, along the arms and legs, to the hands and feet. And allow yourself to just bathe in that warmth. Start to bring a bit of movement back to the body. Deepen your breath a little, reoxygenating for a last little bit of movement. And then, bending the knees, feet to mat, let's roll over to the right. And just slowly bring yourself back to Sukhasana or easy pose. Hands to heart center. Let's finish by releasing our breath. No more counting, no more measuring. We want to take some big, deep breaths and then let them out. Fully relax. Move any part of the body that needs it. Inhale and explosive exhale. One more big inhale, a big release on the exhale. A little acknowledgement of what we've done here today. We're going to end our practice with Namaste Hands Vinyasa. A final filling of the body with a big inhale. Swing the arms over, exhale, arms down, inhale and exhale. One last big inhale and exhale. Bringing the hands together at heart center in Anjali Mudra. Namaste. I hope you've enjoyed your practice. See you next time.